Every car is a bit of a compromise, and this 2017 BRZ is no exception. Manufacturers have to play a delicate balance between making a car perform well, making it reliable, and making it comfortable to drive on the street. This BRZ has been breezed over lightly by Counterspace Garage, and they've moved the compromise needle a little bit over towards the track side of things. So this is less of a compromise on the track. Let me explain what this car has in it. This is the 2017. This has got some headers, it's got a tune, it's got a flex fuel system, and most importantly, it's got some custom valved dampers, which are Tein's, they're Flex-A, and they're custom valved for Counterspace Garage specifically. One of the main compromises that this car has always had a lot of complaints about is the power, of course. From the factory, the 2017 has 205 horsepower and I think 156 pounds-feet of torque. Let's see if I can get by this guy here. No problem at all. That was a passing lane, and this car has got quite a bit more power than stock, even though it's not supercharged or turbocharged. The header in this car, and I'm going to put a link in the description below, and the tune give this car about 230 wheel horsepower, and also, really importantly, an increase across the board in torque. Now, I'm not saying that this car is powerful by any means, because by modern turbocharged car standards, it's definitely not. But you can probably hear the difference here. It's definitely a little louder than stock, but it's not too loud. But the main thing that makes these cars so much fun is the handling. When I talk about compromise, you're getting a $25,000 car, roughly, which is very light, but doesn't have a lot of power. Obviously, you're going to be compromising on things like the interior and so forth, but that's not what we're talking about here. This car is really about having a lot of fun for a little amount of money. And Counterspace Garage has tipped the balance of this car to be more in the performance category. In fact, this car was specifically set up to run time attack. What makes this car so great is that the performance threshold has been increased quite dramatically in terms of stickiness and grip over a factory BRZ with very little compromise in comfort. We've got a nice little bit of open road. Let's see if this car will do what it's designed to do, which is to go around corners and make me smile and put a big grin on my face. The power is really, really good in this car compared to a stock BRZ. I think I've already mentioned that. And this thing is very sticky indeed. It's got nice compliance. Tons and tons of grip. There's very little understeer here. Certainly at legal speeds, which I'm driving. Yeah, this car basically digs into a corner and it just kind of hooks up and goes. You just keep your foot on the throttle to make sure that the weight balance is not moving around and you're kind of keeping the car balanced. And man, it just hooks up and goes. You can just kind of feel that front tire just dig in. It is impressive. It'll rotate a little tiny bit. Not the best place to rotate it, quite frankly, over there. This car is good. This car is good at doing what it's designed to do, and that is to carve up some canyons and do well in a time trial event. This car is the ultimate compromise between track and street and comfort. So sticky, so enjoyable to drive, really good steering feedback, really good power. What can I say? This is the best BRZ I've driven, but I haven't driven the other one yet. So we'll let you know how that goes in a couple minutes. So this is an example of a car that I think has got the balance of everything right. This is the epitome of good balance. It is comfortable to drive in the street. It's sticky as heck in the canyons. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see here. All right, just wanted to see what was going on there. All right, as I was saying, it's sticky in the canyons, it's comfortable to drive, it has a reasonable amount of power, it brakes really, really well, it does everything really, really well, and that to me is the hallmark of a well-balanced car. So much grip! I gotta say, I like it a lot. I like it. It kind of wants to make me buy one of these things. This is what I'm trying to achieve with my 240SX, is this kind of level of grip and handling, and I'm just not there yet. I think it might be the tires, it might be the suspension. I haven't really dialed it in fully yet, but that car is just a little bit, it's not quite there yet, let's just put it that way. This has got so much front end bite, which I love. There's really no understeer to speak of on the street, not at these kinds of speeds. If I was going to choose between a Miata and this, because they are competitors, I would choose this over the Miata because it's a stiffer structure. The Miata is a little bit on the soft side. It's very light. It has a little bit less power. This, to me, is just more pleasing than the Miata. So now I'm going to review the black BRZ. If you want to see that, I'm going to compare them afterwards. So there's 3 videos in the series. Just click on the card at the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you want to subscribe, remember, just hit that notification bell, because otherwise YouTube is not going to tell you when I release another video. Remember, guys, keep the pedal down. Boom!